In this video, we're going to be going over the rent-to-own programs
right here in Thornton, Colorado,
how it works, and answer any questions you may have. If you want to find out more, stay tuned.
It's Bubba! Welcome to Rent-to-Own Home Programs Explained. We are your #1 rent-to-own resource, and we have absolutely nothing to sell you.
We make these videos because there's a lot of chronic renters out there, and we don't want you to be one of them.
A chronic renter is someone that ends up renting for the rest of their lives because they don't watch our videos.
And they're stuck where they are because they don't know where to get the answers to questions like, what kind of credit score does it take? What annual income do I need to have? Can I have prior evictions? And are rent-to-own programs a scam, or are they legit?
We have a whole arsenal of rent-to-own programs at our disposal. If you want to find out which legitimate program is right for you, go ahead and click the link down below. Take our quick 30-second survey to find out which program is right for you.
Now, if you want to learn a little bit more about the scams that are out there and how to keep yourself safe, we made a little video about that also, and we'll leave a link at the end of this video that you can go check that out too. Now, why would anybody want to do rent-to-own? One reason is maybe they need to, their credit score is not so good, and maybe they need to get their credit score up, but they want to secure a property, especially now where at this time of filming, property prices are going skyrocket, like they're just going up and up and up every week. So maybe they want to secure a nice house in an area they want to live, but they can't necessarily get a loan yet, or they can't get a loan with a great interest rate yet. So they want to get into that house and secure that house and then be able to purchase it in the future. So that's maybe one reason people might want to do a rent-to-own.
Your job relocates you to another area and you don't necessarily know how long that's going to stay. So it's nice if you're facing an uncertain circumstance where you don't really know how long it's going to be. The advantage to rent-to-own programs is, depending on the program, some programs let you lock down that property for up to 5 years and you can rent it year to year. So it's nice because there's some flexibility there. It's not necessarily like you're signing up for a 30-year mortgage for a home that you don't know if you're going to stay at for more than a year. So it's nice because it takes some unpredictability out of it. Another nice thing is the fact that rental rates aren't going to go up. Everything's predetermined. So it's nice because they can't go ahead and just double your rent just out of the blue, like some current renters are facing those exact issues are right now. Rental rates are going up and they're very uncertain because the demand is just through the roof for rentals. So this is a way to help mitigate that and just open up a much broader market when it comes to rentals.
And possibly that maybe you just relocate to a place that you don't even know. Maybe you've never been there before and you just don't want to be dedicated to a certain area, move there, not like it, not be able to get out of it. And so this allows you to just go try it before you buy it type of situation where you can get in there. Worst case scenario, if depending on the program, you just have to stay there for a year. Like you said, maybe you don't like that area, you can, at the end of the year, we can go find you another place and you can move into that and try that area. So it just gives you some flexibility there.
There's many different areas and not areas are going to be 100%. So it's really good to try out those neighborhoods. And the nice thing is with this program, it takes with these programs, it takes any home that can qualify and it turns it into a rental home. So it's nice because corporate entity will purchase the home, they will rent it out to you, and you actually go in and you actually rent it out from them. Now the nice advantage of that is you can literally test drive your dream home that you've been keeping your eye out on. You don't have to go ahead and do things in tiered layers where you go into an area, you move into an apartment. Now that apartment area is completely different from the area that you really want to live in. You just skip all of those steps and just go straight to the actual end goal where you want to be, and you figure out whether you like it at all. So there's a lot of different rent-to-own programs and a lot of them are very multifaceted. Some have different bonuses in certain directions and some have different structures altogether. To kind of give you a breakdown of one of the main formats of rent-to-own programs that you're going to run into is what we like to call an accelerated home buying program. Now what it is essentially is if your credit isn't quite there, you have down payment issues, or you're self-employed and you're looking to still build up job history and such, there's a lot of different ways that this can help. Essentially what it is, it's a streamlined format where 25% of your rent every single month is going to actually go towards the down payment of your home that you want to purchase. So what's nice is you're in that home, you're already renting for 3 years. By the time that you're done renting that property for those first 3 years, you already have your down payment already paid for because you've been paying it off those past 3 months. You turn around, you exercise that purchase price, or you just walk away and you take your savings with you. There's a lot of different options when it comes to the first format of programs, and it's a nice tiered way to secure that home on autopilot, more or less.
And again, go down to the survey below, click on it. It's 30 seconds. It takes, answer a few questions, and you'll learn a lot more about all these programs and the ins and outs of each one and which one is going to be right for you.
Another common format of programs is a little bit different. Now this one is definitely geared more towards the try before you buy aspect of rent-to-owns. So essentially what you can do is you can lock down the home for 5 years. You can rent it up to 5 years with a predetermined rental rate. So it's nice because the rent is never going to go up. It's never just going to randomly increase. And it's nice because you have your purchase prices laid out in front of you as well. So it's already predetermined, and it's nice because everyone agrees to it before it. The nice thing is it is just an option. So you could just rent it out year to year, right? And depending on whatever year that you want to end up purchasing it, or if you're just sick of the home and you just want to get rid of it and start the entire process all over again, you can.
So less risk, less equity, but less risk in that. So it's one of those just that you can use just if you're really not sure.
Just dipping your toe in the water and you really.
Or maybe you just want to live in a place for a year, move on, but ever have that opportunity to buy it if you wanted to.
Maybe you just don't want to buy a home, buy the home altogether, but you want to rent in a house and live in a home. You like that freedom of actually owning a property, having a yard to let the dogs out at, let your kids play out in the driveway, the street, have those neighborhood friends and stuff for the kids to grow up around. You end up falling in love with that area, it's fine.
You're there.
Purchase it already. You're already there, you already moved in.
And maybe you aren't thinking about purchasing, like you said, and you just want to be in the area. This opens up homes that aren't for rent already, and it opens them up to be rentals because they're being purchased by an industrial investor. And so you can take homes that are for sale and look at those. So if you're looking at the rental market, you just opened up a secret market of new rental homes that you're renting. You have to lease purchase it, but it's still considered a rental. You're still leasing.
And the nice thing is as well is with how saturated the market is right now with renters, a lot of people aren't exactly going out and purchasing. The majority of people are going out and just renting right now because rentals are absolutely scarce. They're almost as scarce as homes to purchase. If you want to find out which programs are right for you, go ahead and make sure you click the link down below. Take our survey. It takes 30 seconds to find out what rental options are available to you. Just go ahead and click the link. So what's nice is the barrier of entry for these rental programs, it's not outrageous. Like, these programs understand that when you're renting, you're in that weird in-between phase, or you're in some kind of transitional phase, whether it's a new job that you just started, whether you don't necessarily have the down payment there, your credit isn't quite where it needs to be in order to qualify for a good loan. The thing is, they understand that. So a couple of requirements for getting into these programs, so that way you're aware and know just where to get yourself up to speed if you're not quite there yet. A couple of those requirements are
your credit score, obviously, and one of the programs, the most minimal one we have, is at 550. So you have to have a minimum of at least 550 credit score to qualify. Yeah, that's pretty good, considering that most mortgage loans are a lot higher than that. And if you do have that lower credit score, you're probably going to get a pretty crappy interest rate.
Another requirement is a minimum of $30,000 in annual household income. Now this is cumulative. This includes everybody that's going to be a renter. So when you go ahead and you do the survey, make sure you're going ahead and putting everybody that's going to be listed on the lease in that, because they all qualify and co-applicants are definitely encouraged.
The rule is most of the time is that if the person is going to be living in the home and they have a income, they have to be put on the lease. So that's just one of them. It's not guaranteed. It's not for every one of them, but that's usually a minimum criteria that actually helps you out. So like anyone over, I think it's anyone over 18, don't quote me on this, but anyone over 18 that is getting an income can be on the lease and can be used towards that annual income to qualify.
And then another main aspect of it is we need at least 45 days from when you're applying to go ahead and get this process started. The thing is, it's not going to be the quickest thing, so make sure ahead of time. The thing is, especially with the housing market as it is, this is something you want to get the jump on as soon as you're somewhat committed to get it going down this road, because it's not going to be the quickest overnight thing. It's not like you're going to get into a house immediately after you apply and that's it. It's not as easy as just going to an apartment, taking a little tour, and signing a lease. There is going to be some commitment from you, And the nice thing is we're going to be able to guide you and help you walk down that path, so that way you're not going at it alone. So that's our quick video on the rent-to-own process. Click the link down below to take our quick 30-second survey to find out which program is right for you. If you want to find out more about rent-to-own scams, we made a video about that right there, so go ahead and click that as well. Thanks for watching.